it's Matty coming at you with another Planet Coaster Park Spotlight. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the video and welcome to Little Hamlet Hollows, created by lots of people. There was lots of people that were involved in this project. Now, as you can all see, I'm actually back doing spotlights. The first spotlight back since the surgery. Thank you ever so much for all the support for everybody. But if I'm coming back, I need to come back with style. I need to come back with a bang. So I have a very special guest with me. Now, there are some that say he legally changed his name to Mr. Littlesocks. I have the one and only Moomin Littlesocks. How are you doing, Moom?
How did you find out about that? I did that strictly through Deed Poll and didn't tell anybody.
I told you, mate, I'm stalking you all the time.
And I just want to say, like, where on earth do you find this energy from? Like, we're just having a lovely, calm conversation, and then you can just, like, switch it on, and you're like, you are Iron Matty now, and it's admirable. Well done.
Thank you.
I'm still half asleep. I'm drinking my tea like a proper Brit here, trying to wake up.
I have no idea. I don't know. I have like an Iron Matty on YouTube and then just Matty. If you played other games with me, you'd hear the difference. You really would. But yeah, Moomin, I am so excited for you to see this park today. So this is Little Hamlet Hollows, and this park was inspired by you, Moomin.
I refuse to believe that. It's very lovely, but I refuse to. I'm too humble for that.
Well, it is. Little Hamlet Hollows was inspired by Moomin Littlesocks, Little Rock Ridge, and Little Treasure Cove, and this is the Xbox equivalent. So all of the Xbox creators came together. Flooded Tombs was the creator who actually set this up, so a massive shout out to Flooded Tombs for creating this project, and also inviting me along as well. I was really, really humbled and honoured to be invited along to take part in something such as this, and the end result is just incredible. And as we go through this park, Moo, I think you're going to be blown away at what you see in this park.
Just looking at those realistic UK road markings, I'm blown away. So I mean, it doesn't take much.
It's absolutely amazing, the level of detail in this park from everybody that was involved. Just the paint tool. Now, obviously, what Flooded did is he did very similar to yourself. So he asked people for the blueprints, they did them, and then he placed them and then did everything else around them. I believe the only other person to have the park other than Flooded was myself, because I had to do some terrain forming because I was asked to do a water feature with a Flatride. So
it's because you're a diva is the real reason, isn't it?
That's it. I refused to do a blueprint. Diva. I refused to have 4,000 limit. I was like, I refuse to work within them confines. I won't do it. Give me the park. So
exactly.
But Bloody Tombs did all of the outside and then connecting all the park together. So whilst it is a community project, for all intents and purposes, a lot of what you are now seeing right now on screen is done by Flooded Tombs, and just his level of immersion and detail and just little things just dotted around. It just blows my mind, the thought process that goes behind it. We've got all the backstage areas, all the maintenance areas, all the stuff that I know that you love, Moomin, as well.
I mean, honestly, like, I'm excited for the park, but I could literally just stay out here, like, looking at all the backstage and exterior areas. This is my favourite part.
Yeah, I know how much you love your practicality as well, and everything that you ever create has to have a purpose, it has to have a reason, a ride has to have access to it. If you've got a water ride, it has to have a water pump, for example, and
Absolutely.
the backstage area has to have access to it, and that's exactly what Flooded has done here as well. We've got all the big, wide, expansive car parks as well, just with the almost, I can't remember, like that gravel kind of stuff that you go on for the car parks. You can almost hear it, you know, when you're going over it in the car and you can hear it underneath your tire.
Yeah.
I can almost hear it just as I look at it, and I just love it. I love everything about it. Even before we get into the park, it just looks amazing.
I think Flooded has clearly done a lot of reference work here for these outer roads. Like, you can tell, like, there's no way without having to. He would have studied somewhere specific to get this level of detail, and I love that.
Yeah. I mean, we've got the delivery section here as well. It's very much like your Alton Towers or your Drayton Manor or your Thorpe Park or something like that. Or maybe a bit of a smaller park, because this is a relatively small park. It's not your massive Alton Towers. This is more your small family day out, so maybe your I haven't been to Legoland in a long time, so I can't remember how big that is. But maybe like Flamingo Land or something like that, or Creely. So like kind of the car park doesn't need to be too big. All these areas don't need to be too expansive or anything like that. But we've got all the warehouses here as well. Just awesome. I love it. I love it.
I love it.
Look at this gate. Look at this gate.
And I always have to remind myself, like watching these things, that this is all vanilla. Like this is all. There's no TMTK, which is what really blows my mind when it comes to this level of detail with backstage. Yeah, it's very admirable.
Console creators are just getting better and better and better as well. And I had to look inside, and Flooded knows that I have to look inside, so he's just trolling me. I swear, he knew that I was doing the spotlight, and he's just trolling me.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Poor little snowman.
It's Olaf in summer.
Oh goodness.
Because that's not scary
Lord.
at all. No, what console creators are doing is just continuously blowing my mind. Where you look at where we've come to now compared to where we were 12 months ago is just insane. You can look at parks now and you can pass them off as PC parks now.
100%.
In my opinion. I mean, this park is using the glitch as well, so it has gone over the 100% counter as well.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure what it is. I think it's about 110%, if I remember correctly. I think the maximum we can get is about 130.
Okay.
Love this little electric box.
That is adorable.
It's so cute.
I mean, I added one of these to my new series, but again, it's TMTK, and so yeah, the fact that you guys can create stuff like this is amazing.
All the amount of things that get created on console, and I'm like, how have they even done that? Just the little intricate details, especially as we get into the park as well, and we start seeing more and more as we go around. We've got the turnstiles there. You've got all this road layout that's all been thought about. So all the way that like kind of you can get in for the deliveries. You've got the proper exits, the proper entrances. You've got all the markings and everything all proper. And then the paint tool as well is coming down where it would have dragged the dust through as well. Just all them little tiny touches of detail that adds so much more immersion. And as I've said so many times, and I think you agree with me on this, Moomin, paint tool can make or break a park.
100%. There is, it's more than just choosing one and doing it. Like the amount of layers, if you go over paints in different intensities, there's some really beautiful patterns you can create.
Really is. And as an elevated shot as well, you can see the inspiration of Little Rock Ridge as well now, can't you? The park is around the same size. The outside surrounding area is around the same size as well. So it really is proper inspired by Moomin. I don't think you realise, Moo, and I know you're going to be like, oh no, don't be like that, but I don't think you realise how many people you have inspired.
Well, this is already way beyond, in terms of certainly the exterior, this is way beyond Little Rock Ridge, so it's far superior.
Well, we haven't even got into the park yet. Just wait.
I'm already saying that now.
Just wait. So we have Little Hamlet Hollows. So the entrance was made by Planet Plipcam. Obviously needs absolutely no explanation who that is at all. But I love this. And look at the dragon head as well. That's done with basic shapes as well.
Wow.
And it does breathe fire as well.
That's mad.
I love.
That's a skill I really admire is basic shape art, because I just know it's not for me. I couldn't do it. So those that can, it's very impressive.
I'm not one for basic shape work. Once we come through the entrance here, so it's just beautiful. The second you walk through, just the sight lines that you can see a coaster off in the background. You can see the carousel that I added right at the very back of the park as well. So you can see from one side over to the other. And then look at this little bin covering that we've got as well.
Yeah, lovely.
I had to move it just to show as well. There is actually a bin underneath that as well. The reason
I'm sorry I'm being so quiet, but I'm just so amazed by all of this.
It's fine. All the lights have all got wires as well, so they're all connected as well. So I believe every single light in the park is actually connected with cables.
Incredible.
Thinking again of the realism. We've got this gift shop just here. I love the font.
This park is already making me feel very inadequate. So.
Oh, stop!
I think that's about enough for me. I'll just head out here.
Well, thank
That's
you
enough,
so
I
much
think.
for joining me.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
It's been a
Goodbye.
pleasure. Yeah. Don't make sure to leave a like and subscribe. All that good stuff. Well,
Yeah, this is just stunning.
Look at
those
these
vending
little fidgets. Yeah, little fidgets.
How is that even? I don't even
There's a
understand.
Christmas stacks inside,
Yeah.
and then a door just placed on front. Wait until
mad.
you see the Coke and the Pepsi machines. I'd actually
I'm
walked past
excited.
them about 3 times without realising, and I could not for the life of me work out what this was. So I had to have a look. I had to pick it up and work out what this was.
Just a
And when
full
I
episode
realised-
of Matty just pulling things up and ripping them apart.
Pretty much. I mean, that just blows my mind. Why would you even think of using that?
Mm.
It gives such a good effect as well.
I'm stealing that immediately.
How many things are you going to steal from this park?
This whole park. In fact,
Just
actually,
steal
I
that.
made this whole park. This is mine now.
Well done, Moomin. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I worked really hard.
impressive, mate. So as we come into the shop, this was made by Nerd Chat Show, and then the shop just to our left was by Poetry Slam.
Yeah, yeah. So many great PC builders here.
So many amazing PC builders.
Yeah.
But we come into the reception, the guest services, just these interiors. When I had Chacho on the channel, Chacho said that he didn't believe console players could do interiors.
Wow. Nerd Chacho is regularly wrong, and he is yet again.
He really, really is. To be fair, I proved him wrong in that video, and then after we'd finished filming, I showed him some of the interiors by some of the other creators, and he was like, "I take back everything I said." It's just because you
Rightly
guys
so.
rely on TMTK so much.
Yeah.
Like we always have to think outside the box permanently.
Mm-hmm.
But as we just come around this castle here, I love this whole castle. It feels very like this was here before kind of thing, and they've had to build around it. Like, again, I keep going back to it, like your Olden Towers as well. So you've got your classed buildings that have to stay there, you have to modify around them kind of thing. We've got all the staff area here. We've got a staff room just in here with a games console as well. Look.
I imagine so many console players would just even have the thought of doing interior and just go, no, it's just not possible. But people have committed, and I mean, it's paid off.
It really has. This is, as I was actually getting the footage for this. So for people who may be unaware, when I do these guest spotlights with PC creators, I do have to pre-film them. So this is all pre-filmed. And as I was getting the footage for this, I think my jaw was on the floor pretty much the entire time. Now, I know that I took part in this park, but I didn't look at what was happening. So we had Birtie who did Fragment, FancyCoasterCow did Rampage, Madcadder Restaurant, Plipcam Joust, Zombieblood The Forge, Angry Emerald Knight's Quest, Greymouser Windmill, myself who did the Iron Swingers, Flooded Tombs who did Dragon's Tail, and TJ Puffs who actually phoned in sick. He was invited to take part but was unable to make it.
Well, it's nice that their name's still on there.
Yeah. But just, my jaw was on the floor the entire time I was recording. And even though I took part and I had the park, I intentionally didn't look around.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to be spotlighting it. I didn't want to ruin it for myself. I didn't go on any of the rides. I didn't go and look anywhere. So when I recorded it, it was pretty much all first time reactions for me. And it's just incredible.
So brave of you, Matty. So brave.
Never. Are you proud?
So proud.
I've grown so much. Look how far I've come from that little
You've
first
come
comment
so
I left
far.
on your video saying, "I love you, Moomin. I want to be just like you."
Number one fan.
Number one.
No, I knew when you I can't remember where you posted it, but you said about doing your first episode. And I checked out, and it's immediately clear how far you were going to come. So I'm very glad that you've seen it through.
Aww.
Anyway, this is not about you.
Yeah, it's not about me. It's about everybody else. Look at those. So we've got all the workshop items that have been used in the park as well. Most of them workshop items are people that have taken part in the park as well. So it's not been workshop items, with the exception of one person, I believe. I think there was one item that was taken from the workshop, but every other workshop item was from people who've already taken part in this park. Anyway, but we haven't even gotten to the park yet.
No. But how immersive is this entrance?
The park.
I feel so immersed in this world already.
just amazing. I love how you've got the gates in the middle. So you've got the turnstiles that you come into the like at the start of the day. You've got the wheelchair access, but then you've got the big gates where they would open them at the end of the day, and you can see the whole park from this one standpoint here.
Lovely.
It's just
a lovely vista.
Yeah, incredible. And little things, even from this point, you can see little things as well that we don't have on console already, which we will go and have a look at. There was a ice cream stand just to the left of us, so it's all custom made and everything. But as per normal, we are going to go left, because why else? Why would we go any other direction?
Left is always the way.
Left is always the way. If you go right...
I've already spotted, and I'm loving the curves on that building. I don't know if we're going there now, but I'm just saying that caught my eye immediately.
Yeah, I loved this. I loved the little ice cream parlor thing. But we have the first piece of the park. So we have the Windmill by Greymouser, and what an incredible build.
Lovely. Like, look at those sails.
So there, obviously we have the Windmill piece in game, don't we? But that one is custom made. That is not using the in-game one, because the in-game one actually moves. I don't know if you can stop the in-game one actually. Can't even remember. Well, anyway, that's custom.
No, I'm not sure.
Anyway.
I don't think I've ever used it.
It's just amazing, lovely curvature all around that. We've got the shops dotted around, really nice trimming all the way around.
It's so important to have. Is it called a weenie when you first come in, and there's that iconic like structure that you remember.
Yeah.
And a windmill serves that purpose.
And it's not something that you would see normally in a theme park either, so...
No.
It
suits the theme perfectly.
Yeah, so it's certainly unique. Let's have a look on top just to double check. But we're coming round to the first actual attraction, and... what do we even say about this?
I mean...
What? What?
This is what I talked about. Those internal curved beams just stood out to me immediately. I don't know why. They just look really nice. But I mean, yeah, it's Plipcam, so I mean, what do you expect?
The Plipcam is amazing, and every time he ever builds anything, he always blows my mind. But for me, I think this may be the most impressive thing he's ever built. To be honest, I think this was
potentially.
I think this was absolutely amazing. But I think because it's a ride, I think we need to go for a ride POV. So the stats are green across the board. G-forces are really nice. Let's go for a ride. Enjoy, everybody. So, there we go, our first ride POV. Kind of. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'm quite impressed with the camera work, if I do say so myself. But Moomin, what did you think of that, my friend?
I am also very impressed with your handiwork, but I will say, if I may, that Plip has a fantastic POV where he's actually managed to put a train on the track and he flipped the footage. It's amazing. You should definitely check that out as well.
Oh, I really need to go.
Not that yours wasn't great, obviously.
I mean, my camera work was just second to none. I didn't need to trick it. That was just more camera work.
This was mind-boggling. Like, to even have the thought process of thinking this up, to then actually executing it to this level of detail with the trim brakes and the transfer tracks, and the whole thing is dueling. Like, oh, it's mental.
absolutely incredible. All the foliage work around it, just every little part of that ride is perfect.
Like if you unless you stare at it for a long time, you wouldn't even realise that it's not a real ride.
You wouldn't. If Planet Coaster 2 has steeplechase rides, that's what it'll look like.
And we know who to thank for it.
Exactly. But we move on. So we have the restaurant bar made by Madcadder, who is an incredible Xbox creator. Unfortunately, he doesn't do YouTube or anything like that, but an amazing creator, Plip. He's got numerous medals to his name for various contests, and this is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And a really nice guy, Kenny, as well. Really nice guy.
Oh, I see. First name basis, are we?
Yeah, but so are we. I'm not allowed to say yours because they'll be like, no! You'll be like,
no, I would just
me and everything.
Everything would be shut down immediately if you said my name. Channel's gone, deleted.
Well, I gotta make sure that I don't. Everyone will be coming after me. The Moomin fan base will come after me. It's your fault he's gone. But this is amazing.
Yeah, the exposed brickwork on this is fantastic, and the angles at the top of the build as well, really stunning.
So we have the leaky cauldron, obviously a Harry Potter reference there. I can't remember. Obviously. I filmed this about 5 weeks ago, so I can't remember. I thought we were going inside, but we weren't. I can't.
Just don't know where you're going. It's a new surprise for you as well.
It is, mate. It's like an experience for both of us. But we have can I have a table for two, please? Should we just look around here?
Maybe one. I think I'll sit on my own.
Fine. I'll go and eat my sandwiches outside. You can pay for your overpriced chips at like £6.50.
No, this is lovely. I love that little desk. The screens. Oh, and is that a... do I spy an exposed open kitchen over there?
It is indeed. It is indeed. I just love the immersion of this building. It feels so genuine and authentic. Look at the windows. I love them windows. Like the depth. Exactly.
Like I love it when instead of just whacking a window on the wall, that you take that time to make a proper indented window. It makes all the difference.
Really, honestly does. And again, as you said earlier on, no TMTK, and yet we've got a fully functioning kitchen.
Yep.
It's just sensational. We've got all the little vents on the floor. We've got the hobs that have got flames coming through. We've got a drinks machine. We've got all the cup holders. We've got a fridge. Then you've even got the doors as well, like that you can like just push through as well.
Yeah.
And if we come through here as well, staff room. Oh, hello.
Hello, babes.
Hello, babes. You right? And then we've just got the backstage area here as well. Little staff area. Oh, there you go. She's just come out.
She's done.
She's just checking out her nails. But just, it's beautiful. It feels real. It feels like somewhere you would come in and take a break, have a sit down, have your dinner with your overpriced £6.50 chips.
And just wonderfully themed as well, like just enough. Like it's not over themed, it's not under themed. It's just like, it's fully believable as a themed restaurant.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely amazing work, Kenny. Well, we come past the nights. There you go. That was good timing, just as they let us pass.
Lovely.
Just that whole building, all the shapes, all the curves on it as well. And then
I love those angles.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh my lord.
We have a Pepsi Max machine.
They've wrapped a vending machine. That's mad.
I had to see how this was done. And
I want that.
It's mental.
Because obviously we've got TMTK vending machines. We've got them, but obviously they don't work. So this is a great idea to actually have custom vending machines that work.
So with basic shapes, obviously the signs. I had to take it apart.
He's ripping things apart again.
again. Something else for you to steal.
Yeah, this is amazing.
The
only problem is I have to recreate it because it's on console and I can't steal it.
You can't. Now, the reason that it may look a little bit distorted, some of the boxes are over the side and everything, is because it's zoomed in. On the Xbox, you can't hide the hood. You can on the PlayStation, you can't on the Xbox. So when I did the footage, I have to zoom it in a little bit. 10% zoomed in. So that's why some of the boxes look a little bit distorted, in case you were wondering. But we come through the bar. I'll have a Ribena, because I still don't drink.
I'll have something a bit harder. I didn't say anything.
I did. Yeah, no, that's fine. Let's carry on. Let's just carry on.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear. Right, anyway, back into the bar. And then we come through here, just to this little seating area here. Really quaint as well.
Nice little beer garden.
Beautiful. It closed off as well. The only access in and out is through the bar as well, which I like as well. But we come through here, all these custom lights as well as you've seen. And then we come past some midway games.
The minions are ridiculous. Absurd.
So good. So good. We're just rinsing and repeating what we're saying, aren't we? That's all we're doing, just repeating ourselves. Over and over.
But it's mainly because I'm just completely speechless at all of this.
The thing is, I've seen it. I've recorded it and I'm still speechless.
It's
just
true.
that good. We have a custom ride.
Oh.
One of them little tiny kids. Oh my days. So when the daughter, so Jasmine would have been 7, Olivia would have been 2 or 3. We went to Alden Towers and Olivia really wanted to go on one of them. And she went on and oh my God, I actually genuinely think the whole of Alden Towers heard her screaming. Oh my days. It was one of them like where you want the world to just open up and swallow you kind of thing. Like felt like the worst parent in the world.
Oh, but no, that was I love people that go to the effort of making custom rides.
A Pepsi machine there. So we don't just have Diet Pepsi, we've also got Pepsi as well. And then we've got our first flat ride of the park. Or first actual functioning flat ride, should I say.
Functioning one, yeah.
We've got the block of toilets just in front of us, we've got the male and female. We've even got a disabled toilet as well. Now that is a facade, because I did have to have a look. Oh, I didn't look this time. But we have the Forge, which was made by Mr. Zombieblood. Mr. Zombieblood is the one of the moderators for the Planet Coaster console contests, the Discord. Between him and Tommy P, they were the founders of that Discord and the original creators of the contests. So very big within the Xbox community. Unfortunately, he's a bit quiet these days because he's so busy with work.
All the names in this park are really great big names.
They are. I think you know every single one, don't you? I think you recognise every single name.
I'm always lurking around, spying on everyone.
One of them lurkers I hear about.
I am.
But a really nice flat ride. It's simple and effective. It's not overly done. I like it.
I mean, if you look at any of my ride skins, they're always very minimal, so I'm a big fan.
I love this.
Less is more.
Less is more. Love this fence. So with the don't die fencing and then some wooden beams coming up through the wooden planks. Such a good effect. Such a good effect.
Again, just something very simple, but it just makes it stand out. It's not just a default Planko asset anymore.
So we move round to our next attraction, which is Fragment, which was created by Birtie. Look at the dragon. Look at the dragon. What?
I can see. It's mental.
How? Where would you even
I wouldn't even
with that?
It's exactly what I was going to say. I wouldn't know where to start with it. So again, all I can do is just stand back and admire it and admire the work and dedication. And I would also like to take this opportunity to say I'm right in saying that it's Birtie that made the trailer.
It was, yes, yeah, the beautiful trailer that made everyone cry.
It was powerful.
It was.
So really great work with that as well.
Great editing. I actually reached out to him and said I could take some tips from you with some of the cinematic shots that he'd done. I'd love to be able to do some of them type of shots for my spotlights in the openings, because just really beautiful camera work and great editing. I don't know how he did it. I believe it was iMovie. He did it on his phone, really? I think so. Just amazing. But wow. Look at this, how it breaks, and then the tail goes through there as well. So we've got the little break there, and as you come through the station, tail just carries on coming through.
It's such a great concept.
Such an original concept.
Yeah.
Such an original concept. Never seen anything like it.
No.
Come up the queue. And we've got our first actual coaster.
Terribly exciting.
About time. We've only been going for about half an hour. Really nice station build. Simple, effective. Looks really genuine. You've got the numbers, you've got the things on the floor where you stand on, you've got the baggage hold. Just
very Nerd Chacho inspired, I think.
Very, very. But first ride of the park, let's do it. Enjoy. Holy dragons. Wow. That was...
Is that your new exclamation?
It just felt fitting for the ride. To be honest.
No, it's
it felt family friendly as well.
Yeah.
What a ride that was, Birtie. That was incredible. I don't know if you used the 4-meter method for that, or you've just spent an insane amount of time going through and smoothing it. It was so smooth. Kept up a beautiful momentum from start to finish. Really good moments of airtime. The banking was fantastic. The interaction going underneath through this dragon's rib cage as well. Just incredible. I loved it. Moomin, what did you think, mate?
As you know, I'm not the best when it comes to critiquing coasters, but what I can say, it was smooth, it was fun, and I love just the scenery interaction, as you said.
Fantastic. I believe it just all added to it as well, like with that backstage area and then the dragon and then all the foliage and the paint all, just everything all put together. It just worked. Really cohesive. We'll go with that.
Cohesive, yeah. No, it feels real. It feels like a believable coaster.
It did, and we've even got a transfer track as well, because of course adding to that realism once again. I'm sure we've said realism about 100 times. The spotlight. Look at these monitors adding realism.
Surely that's the reason I'm here, because I'm
love
obsessed
realism.
with it.
Nothing to do with the fact that this park was inspired by you.
No, not that. It's irrelevant.
Not at all.
Completely irrelevant.
But we've even got the wheelchair access coming up as well, and I love that you've thought of that as well. It makes a park feel more real when you take the time to think of these little tiny things like a disabled wheelchair access.
It's just like fantastic to be, even though this is a virtual, very fictional game, like just to be aware of a guest's needs.
100%. But we have one and only Flooded Tombs Dragon's Tail, and I love how the front of this log flume is one big facade as well, and then you could see just a second ago, just the back is all warehouse as well. And
I love a facade.
Don't we all? It's like just me all over. I am just one big facade. I'm a lovely person on YouTube. Just wait until you get to know me.
Yeah, absolutely awful off camera.
Oh yes, but Flooded Tombs are just one of my favourite creators on console. The guy is just an absolute... He's like Gandalf of the Planco world. He's a wizard when it comes to Planet Coaster, and just incredible what he builds. I don't know, Moomin, if you've seen his mini park contest.
I'm a big fan. I can't remember. There was an adventure ride he did. I want to say it's like a jewel of something, and it was just like mind blowing. And that was the first thing I saw of Flooded Tombs, and I was just like, yeah.
And he did
I'm very excited for this.
As well, didn't you? Which I believe you.
Yes, that was it. Yeah. Brilliant.
I love how he's brought all these people together as well to build this park as well, but then also done something himself as well. And this log flume is sensational as well. You're going to be absolutely blown away when we actually get into this. But just all the building, and look at this queue as we come up here. What an original queue line as well. How we're coming up into the building as well.
Yeah, I love queues that traverse various areas of the area before you even get to the ride.
It's beautiful architecture. I love these wall pieces anyway. I think they're such a good wall piece in game because they've already trimmed for you as well.
Yeah, is it the Bavarian walls?
I believe
really nice.
I believe so. We've even got an emergency exit as well. So again,
Course.
realism.
Yeah.
102 times we've said it now.
Okay. Yeah. Keep a counter.
Yeah. Just little numbers in the corner every time we say it. Take a shot every time we say it.
Oh god, I'll be on the floor.
There'll be shots of Ibina for me then. Look at this interior. Look at this station.
I love that, and you can see the star cloth up there as well, above the castle walls.
Yeah.
Really nice touch.
Yeah. And then just as we come up the stairs up there as well, we've got a ride operator just hidden up there as well, so we can just have a look over. Even the electric boxes
nice.
in there and everything. But let's go for a ride on the slog flume, shall we? So let's do it. Enjoy. Holy Dragons Part 2. Wow.
Holy dragons indeed.
Moomin, I'm going to let you have the daunting job of going first. What did you think of that?
I mean, there's nothing daunting because this is just like, okay, so there's a thing that really stands out to me in a creation. If I watch something and I don't know 100% how they did it, I know it's a good creation. Like, and the silhouettes and stuff with the, like, I couldn't tell whether some of it was actual silhouettes or whether some of it was screens or, like, yeah, it was mad. Just the aesthetics of these silhouettes are just so unique, and this reflection here of the dragon in the water was
amazing, isn't it?
Is beautiful.
Let me see the little kingdom over there as well.
Yeah.
That's a big dragon. Look how big that castle is compared to the dragon.
It's perspective, Matty. Come on now. No, this is absolutely stunning. Yeah, I've seen this technique used a couple of times, whether it be FSF Ranger or anyone else, but like this is executed so perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, just taking the story aside as well, and all the aesthetics of what he's done as well. But when you look around the rest of it as well, you can see little emergency exits as well. You've got a little green light with a door with an emergency exit there, and
yeah. This bit here, I don't actually know how he did that effect.
Oh, I'm not going to ruin it because it was pre-filmed and I didn't take it apart. So I'm going to leave you to wonder.
But that's what I mean. Like, I kind of don't want to know at the same time. Like, I love that there's little things in there that's just like, wow, I've never seen that before.
You've seen that there's like a big dragon poo in the pool.
Yeah.
I just love it. It's just so immersive. Love the storytelling. I love the comedy aspect of it as well. Like the dragon's gone to sleep on the king's bed. Just amazing.
And then you've got the nice drop coming out at the end.
Look at that view.
Yeah.
Look at that view.
Outstanding. I'm a big fan of dark rides, and this is a top tier dark ride.
Especially for console as well. This is why I rate Flooded Tombs as up there as one of the best console creators. I really, really do. I rate him right up there with Alberus and NH99 as two of my favourites. Or three in... No, I mean.
We know what you're saying, don't worry.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
But we come to... Let's just hop out the exit. Let's do this properly. Let's do it.
Yeah, do it officially.
Efficiently. So let's walk past Bob. That's Bob. Past the Pepsi machine. And we'll come out here and we come to the probably the worst area of the park because this was done by me. So so we have the flat ride.
I'll be the judge of that.
I forgot that I'd done that. So yes.
I'm guessing the drugs were still wearing off at that point.
They really were. They really were. But so I was asked to take part, which I was really honoured about, and I was asked to do a flat ride over a water feature because if there was ever going to be somebody doing a water feature, of course it was going to be me.
Of course.
So I went with the Chairplane, and then literally just as asked over a water feature with a little waterfall just in the background, and then just really playing around with the foliage around. Using loads of different techniques, using wooden planks, just going around the ride as well, and just making it feel like kind of quite overgrown as well, and then just covering up the ride operator as well, putting a bit of graffiti on there, and then just little things like a little boat with some barrels on, and then one of the barrels has fallen off into the water. I was actually quite happy with it. It actually took me about 9-10 hours to do this. To be honest,
it reminds me a lot of Zipiku's creation from Little Treasure Cove.
Oh, really? I didn't even see that one.
With all the pillars and then the water surrounding the ride, really nice. But yeah, executed perfectly.
Just
if I may say so.
Oh, thank you very much. But yeah, there you go. So we can move swiftly on from that one because we don't need to hover around my things. So let's just come back, make sure we haven't missed anything. Now this ride here is really good. I believe that's what we... I think we go on that one last, I believe. I don't know, I can't remember what I filmed. We'll see, it'll be a surprise.
You've got no clue what's going on.
Absolutely no idea. No idea. This is as much surprise for the viewer and for you as it is for me.
Great. That's how it should be, really.
Yeah. Nice little backstage area just there once again.
I love those cables hanging down.
So many.
That is an addition, isn't it? Really nice.
Carry on walking down here. So there's another coaster just down here. Oh yeah, there's a little area that I put down here as well. I forgot this area. So I was
going to say there's loads of really nice viewing areas of the ride.
I'd got this little area here that was still in my zone, and I'd forgotten about this. So I literally just put this little tiny seating area here. The guests can't access it; it's not actually on a path. And then we have Matty's corner, just down here.
It's always nice in parks to have that area that you can just kind of escape to, just for a bit of peace and quiet.
Yeah, I think you always need them as well. It's important to have that moment of tranquility, just escape the hustle and bustle as well, especially on a really busy day. But come round here, so let's hop around. Can you tell I haven't filmed in like 5 weeks?
I think you're doing very well. I haven't done anything in about 2 months, so.
Oh wow. So anyway, moving on, we have Rampage made by FancyCoasterCow. Love that name.
Great name.
I know, right? Love that name. And we have one of the longest queues in the world. This is such a long queue path. We come through here. It goes all the way through here as well. Massive queue line.
I love the touch of something as small as the lampposts, the custom lampposts being the same throughout the park, like keeping that cohesion and tying everything together.
Yeah, the whole park, even though it's made by multiple creators, feels coherent.
Oh, it feels like it was made by one person.
It does, which is exactly what you want when you do a collaborative park such as this. But anyway, moving on, we have the next ride, so let's do it. Enjoy. Yet another amazing addition to the park. Once again, Coaster Cow. I think that was really good. Very much like the Fragment. I think it was really smooth. I think it, again, had great moments of airtime. I just think it was fantastic, and some really nice shots of the park as well, especially from that top lift hill, just having a look over. And then you can see like kind of all the staff area just around the back. Nice use of paint tool, the water feature around there as well. Just great job. Really, really nicely implemented. Great addition. What did you think, man?
I mean, you literally said all the things that I was going to say, so really easy for me. Just copy and paste.
Control C, Control V.
Yeah. No, all of that really, really good. I've got a weird thing about I love when coasters are next to the car park, and I can't even tell you why, to be honest. But it just, yeah, it works really well.
Realistic.
Yeah,
103. I think when you park up, you want to have them shots of the park, don't you, to entice you in. And I think it is something that you see in a lot of theme parks.
And this is a great coaster for that one. So to poke over the trees to see as you come in.
Yeah, even if it was a staff car park, but we'll go with it. Get the staff
Ignore
excited.
That.
We'll get the staff excited to come to work.
Exactly.
But we come round to the final ride of the park, or the final coaster of the park, at least, which was by Angry Emerald, an amazing creator. And another one of my favourites. I have so many favourite creators. So many amazing creators. I could just sit here for an hour reeling off people.
Oh, definitely.
I love this old entrance. We've got the old abandoned entrance down here. The one would originally come to the station. But rather than just get rid of it, they've kept it, and kept it then as an access means the midpoint brake run.
Stealing that. That's a great idea.
Great idea. Great idea. And it's not even using a path either. So on console, it's not using percentage. What a great idea to have an old abandoned queue line. Obviously, that wasn't practical for their needs, so they had to like kind of readjust the ride and then put in a new queue line as well. We've got the benches here for anybody that needs to sit and wait. And then we have the night's quest is this way. So 80 minutes. 80-minute queue line.
Lengthy.
The ride restrictions. So minimum 1 meter, person over 16. Do not ride if heart problems. Move out of the way! Back problems, lung problems, back problems. I can't go on. I've only just had back surgery.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I mean, can you go on in my stead?
I mean, I suppose.
Wait here.
It'd be nice to give a break from you, to be honest.
There you go. After you, then.
Oh, great. I'm completely on my... So, what's happening now is we're just going to rebrand the channel. So, I know it says I and Matty now, but what we're going to do is we can just get rid of that. This is now an extension of the Moomin Littlesocks channel. So, maybe like Moomin Littlesocks Extra or Moomin Extra Socks. Oh, yeah. It could be Iron Socks. And basically just do away with Matty because I don't know how important he is to the channel. So maybe just do a little switcheroo. Anyway, this is a coaster. Let's ride it. Holy Dragons. Did I do that right, Matty? Is that right?
That was very good. I'm impressed.
Great. That was amazing. Like, there's just so much packed into that space, and it just felt so immersive. And you've got the realism aspects. I can see the transfer track there. Yeah, amazing. What did you think, Matty?
Well, thank you for coming to me on.
And yes, you're welcome back onto your channel.
Iron Socks channel. If I can have all your subs as well, I'm not going to argue with that.
No, I'll keep those.
Slowly
Thanks.
slowly catching. Just amazing, absolutely amazing. It's difficult to say this would be the best ride of the park because all 3 rides, all 4 if you count in the steeplechase as well, they all offer something so unique and so different. All of them add to the park in their own unique ways. I think it was absolutely amazing, and all of you who've put a ride in, all of you who've contributed to this park should be insanely proud of what you have contributed to this park. Just amazing. But there was the final ride, and we're coming round towards the end of the park. So just got a little mobility scooter just there.
It's nice. It's very cute.
It's cute. Just again, basic shapes. Once again, we've got a shooting soak. Little midway game. A block of toilets.
I also just reiterate everything you just said. Just outstanding from every single creator, and what we said a minute ago, how well it all just ties together is just mind-blowing. And I think a lot of oh my god, words. A lot of praise has to go to Flooded Tombs for coordinating it all, because that's how something can be so cohesive, is being very well managed.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, well done to everyone.
Totally agree. I love this park. I love it. I could spend hours in this park. I could spend another hour just exploring this park, to be honest. But we do need to think about wrapping up this video soon. So we'll have a quick look at this park at night while we kind of like attempt to give out some closing thoughts. Moomin, 3-word park review.
Oh, for God's sake, why? Every time. you could easily just tell me this in advance. I don't know. No, I'm not having it today. I'm not even having it.
No, you are.
I refuse.
You won't be allowed back on the channel again. You won't be allowed on Moomin Iron Socks again.
No.
Fine.
Just no.
Fine, I'll go first. I will go with Little Rock Contender.
You literally took my idea. I was trying to find a way to change Little Rock Rage into something else.
You could just say Little Rock.
You're awful human being.
I'm terrible. Just you can have a think. You can have a think while I give out some thoughts. Just as we look at the skeleton horse there as well. I mean, I think we've pretty much said everything as we've gone through video. If I'm being honest, this park is incredible from start to finish. Before you even step foot into the park, straight away you're being blown away by the immersion, by the detail, by the realism. 104. Just every person who took part in this park added something different, but really contributed. It felt, as we've said throughout the video, really coherent, really cohesive. The exception of my stuff. I love this park, and for me, this is a Park of the Year contender. This is up there with the Fantasia Park that I spotlighted a couple of months back, or the Rome Park by Elbrus. This is right up there with them amongst some of the best console work I've ever seen done. Just amazing. Moomin, have you been able to think of any 3 words? 3 words, any 3 words?
Best console park.
There you go. Wow. That's high praise coming from you.
And I mean it.
That is high praise. I mean,
except for your bit.
Except for my bit, which was not that good. So what are your closing thoughts then, Moomin?
Yeah, I mean, more of the same, like, as you said, the cohesion of all of it and the immersion of all of it, and yeah, everything that has been said, again.
Just amazing.
Fantastic.
Thank you ever so much, Moomin, as well, for joining me. Do you realise this is only the 2nd video we've done on my channel?
I think I added very little to this. I think this park speaks for itself. I think you yeah. That's all I have to say.
Just yeah. You heard it here first. best console park from Moomin himself. Thank you ever so much, Moomin, for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. I will be back in a couple of days, everybody. Take care, stay safe, look after yourselves. I'll be back very soon with more Planet Coaster content. Bye, everybody. Say goodbye, Moomin.
Goodbye.